What's up, guys? It's your boy, the man, the myth, the legend, Pickdroppers, back at it again with a 2K Blacktop video. Now, in this video, I am Harrison Barnes, and Tyrone is Kevin Love. Now, as you guys know, this was a finals matchup. Now, pretty sure they didn't go one-on-one against each other, but both of these players choked in the finals. Both of them were not able to support their teams. Harrison Barnes had so many games where he wasn't even able to score 5 points, and Kevin Love had so many games where he shot under 30% shooting in the finals, and that's definitely not going to help out your team. And I don't think either players really decided the finals outcome, but they were definitely a huge part in their teams losing the games they did, and they didn't really help win any games in the series. And this is definitely a very good one-on-one matchup because you have Kevin Love, even though he's much slower, or let's say much more unathletic compared to Harrison Barnes. Harrison Barnes is not as good of a shooter. So it's definitely interesting to see who will win this matchup. Now, usually athleticism definitely helps in one-on-one, but Kevin Love also has the body, and so that is always going to help. You know, if you got a big body, you're going to be able to shove people on one-on-one, and you're going to be able to get some rebounds over people. And that's definitely going to help you win matchups when you're playing Blacktop one-on-one. And just so you guys know, I have a lot of one-on-one games coming up. And I don't know if I would say one-on-one's my favorite. I definitely don't hate it, but I mean, I won't really say I love it, because sometimes one-on-one gets me really mad, because sometimes what if your player's tired or something, you can't really pass it to somebody else, and it's not like you can do pick and roll. If you lose your dribble, you have to shoot it right there, or else you'll just turn the ball over. So one-on-one's definitely not my favorite. It's also not Tyrone's favorite, but it definitely helps me that I definitely love to run around, and that definitely slows down my opponent. But what Tyrone's really good at is stealing the ball. As you see there, I try to go for the steal, but I hit the ball out of bounds. But just so you guys know, the steal is definitely very good when you're playing one-on-one. Except for you don't want to just spam it, because then you can get beat really easily, and that's definitely not good. And so far this year, I don't think Harrison Barnes has done too much. I think he's on like the Mavericks or something. No, Kevin Love's still on the Cavs. And Kevin Love's been playing okay. I mean, I wouldn't say he's playing good. Actually, no, I would say he's playing good. I wouldn't say he's playing great or amazing. Say good, maybe okay. I don't know. I haven't really watched either of them much. I've really been trying to watch other teams. I've definitely been interested watching Anthony Davis. He's definitely been playing amazing. Yes, Harrison Barnes does play for the Dallas Mavericks, and he's definitely a really good player, I would say. I would put him in a starting lineup. I think the only reason he wasn't starting for the Warriors is because their team is so good, and they already have 2 really good guards that they can rely on. But other teams like the Mavericks don't have guards they can rely on. The Mavericks just lost, I think it was Rajon Rondo. They lost him, and so now they had to pick up a new guard, and they did so. And it's definitely going to be interesting to see how Harrison Barnes is going to be able to play with his new team. And I think Kevin Love is going to be huge in deciding if the Cavaliers are going to be able to make the playoffs. Well, I wouldn't say huge, but he'll definitely be pretty important, because he's definitely a beast when playing really well. And so that's definitely going to be fun to watch for this upcoming week, for this upcoming year, actually, I would say. But at the same time, I think Kyrie and LeBron will be more important in deciding who will win, or if they'll make the championship this year, because they are definitely better than Kevin Love. Now, what I'm really interested in seeing this year, I'm not really going to talk too much about the one-on-one anymore, because the players aren't like, amazing. They aren't really like top-tier players. They're definitely like, I would say top 50 players, maybe even top 40. It really depends on what you're looking for. But what I really want to talk about is the Warriors losing 2 games. I'm definitely really surprised by that. And another thing I'm really surprised about is that the Dallas Mavericks were 0-5, except for they did win last night, so they did go to 1-5. But what I'm really surprised by is how bad the Pelicans have played. They've been playing horrible. And Anthony Davis is one of the top players in the league, and his team went 0-6. And then to not really, well, I don't know if I would say not to really many people's surprise, but to my surprise, the Philadelphia 76ers have not won a game. It feels like deja vu. And 76ers fans are definitely not liking what they're seeing. I really don't know what they need. They probably need like a change from the top, maybe a general manager change, something like that, something drastic that they need to change, because this is the second year in a row where they've gone like 2-3 weeks into the season and they still haven't won a game. Last year they were like 0-21 or something like that, something crazy, and that's definitely not going to work out. Another thing I'm very surprised by is Cavaliers haven't lost a game. Now, I've changed my finals matchup a little bit. I actually think the Cavs will play the Spurs. I'm loving what I'm seeing from the Spurs, and I think the way the Spurs will be able to win their division, or the Western Conference, is if they get home field advantage. I think if it's going to be between the Warriors and the Spurs, and I think during the series that each team will win all of its home games. So whichever team has more home games, I think, will win the series. And that's definitely going to be interesting to watch for. Another thing that's going to be interesting to watch for is how the Warriors bench is going to be able to do this year. They gave away so many of their bench players because they had to pay KD a lot of money. And so far it hasn't been looking too good, but it's definitely going to be looking better over the next couple of weeks once the team gets their chemistry going. And it's definitely going to be really interesting to watch how well they're able to do. They'll probably go on a pretty big winning streak soon, and that's definitely going to be very scary to watch for other teams, especially the Spurs, who definitely need to get a big lead early in the season, because it's definitely going to come close to the end. And I think the only way the Spurs will be able to win the Western Conference is if they're the home team, because, you know, the Warriors, even though a lot of people hate them, the Warriors are definitely one of the top teams in the NBA. I would give them top 2, top 3 teams in the NBA. And especially when they're clicking, they're even better. And that's definitely going to be scary to watch for. I'm definitely going to want to see what happens in the league this upcoming year. And I do wind up winning this game. Thank you guys for watching this video. Please like if you enjoyed, subscribe if you're new, and write a comment down below on who you guys think are the NBA Finals and like the NBA Finals matchup, and write a comment on what you would like to see next. It's your boy Pickdroppers, and I'm out. Peace!